Life began with me, Yahweh. I am life, nothing less and nothing else. Before I set the universe to be, I am. Jesus is in me, and the Holy Spirit is in him. We are and always have been love. I created a host of angels to witness the glory of my presence and to worship. Out of my mouth, like tongues of fire, they poured into my court. Seeing the burning glory of my power, they let out a burst of song in awe of my majestic authority. I made them into a great multitude, and their song I injected with the volume of my mysterious depth. Their hymns rent the heavens with the burning colors of my personality. At the head of this powerful multitude was Lucifer, his radiance and beauty surpassed by none other than my glory and sovereignty. But that was not enough for him. Lucifer ceased his worship, harboring this vision born out of hubris. Thinking he'd seen enough of my power, he declared himself Lord and beckoned the great assembly to join him. A third of my beloved creatures of light also broke their worship of me and turned their backs. By his direction, they too chose to declare themselves severed from me. The others looked to me as a number of their company had left vacancies in the heavenly order. With my lips, justice was declared. It reverberated through the great assembly. A shout of praise to my name erupted from Michael. Pleased, I promoted Michael to lead in Lucifer's stead, with Gabriel his second in command. And so began the war of my court. I arose from my throne of sovereignty, and like lightning caused a violent, consuming wave of power, and I cursed Lucifer, casting him and the horde of his rebellious spirits out of my court. In a moment, the father of lies and the lost spirits peeled out of my presence by the power of my righteous hand. Into the void of creation, the shimmering blades of angels clashed against the demonic spikes of the sons of hell. Renamed Satan, the fallen angel was a ferocious prowler with breath from the pits of hell, but he had not the power or the authority to disrupt my plans, my design. As the war raged, I hovered over the waters of the deep. I hovered as a mother hen over the brooding waters and darkness upon the earth. Chaos cannot keep me from creating. Rather, dust and darkness and even destruction are invitations for my breath of life. Into the universal void, I spoke light across the expanse. Distant specks of vibrant energy began filling the void with raw, fluid power. It reflected my heart, and I loved how good it was. I parted the waters with air, converting the water above the air into billows of mist, churning across the earth's horizon like a delicate blanket. The water below the air I drew to one place, raising up the land. This was to give depth and substance to the home where I'd build the mysteries of life. With land and sea spanning the whole earth, my spirit flew over the mountains and through valleys, leaving carpeted clusters of seed in my wake. These deposits hit and sank into the virgin soil, yielding forests and lush foliage and shimmering plains of grass for thousands upon thousands of miles in all directions. The great battle of spirits, light against darkness, substance against shadow, descended further down heaven's stairway toward earth. Anticipating the enemy's aggression, Gabriel had established a crystal clear line layered with swords and shields, anticipating the imminent attack. The vicious fury of my host caused the forces of evil to tumble and fall. Unable to climb over the wall of shields, they left their claw marks across the plates of bronze, silver, and gold. The heavenly glow of the fallen angels dissipated rapidly. Michael and his allies smote their enemies, leaving a consuming smoke of darkness to surround the fallen angels. The light of my court was revealing a side of me that no angel had seen before, and no human would ever behold. The line in my kingdom had been quickly drawn, and sides eternally chosen by the wise and the foolish. There was no turning back for them, nor my host of angels. With earth now in bloom, flowers laying themselves out in petals to put their beauty on display, and trees adorning themselves with fruitful gowns spanning valleys and mountainsides, I ascended to the theater of space and rolled out from my mouth a great ball of fire, the sun. It burned with the heat of my love, giving life and clarity to the solar system that I had positioned it within. It was to govern the day. At a shorter distance to Earth, I poured out a ribbon of rock and spun it into a moon, a celestial body smaller in size compared to its fiery neighbor. The moon governed night. This lit up the Earth, accentuating its beauty of colorful variety: green, blue, yellow, orange. I returned to its surface and opened up my sleeves upon the land and sea, ramping birds and beasts of the land and sea into their home. They all ordered themselves according to my living outline. Thinking he could hide himself from me with my cunning, the prowler watched from the cover of cloudy skies, waiting to see what I would make next. He had no idea, no forethought as to what my vision for creation entailed. He'd never come to admit it. This war was about to become far more than he had anticipated. There was a depth to my love so mysterious that he would forever be at a disadvantage in this war he had ignited. It was over before it began. He thought he could raise his hands against me, setting the rules in his favor. His hubris grieved me, but I laughed at his so-called self-elected lordship and exposed his ignorance. Lying was his call sign. Death became his crown. As the fallen lie in wait, the mysteries of my creation began to unfold.